Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Mike here from AX Garage. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back on the next episode on TJ's Honda Civic with the engine issues starting right now. All right, so the last episode you guys saw the bad news. Two-cylinder with cracked sleeves.
That's right.
And just a reminder, I think it's number 1 cylinder and number 3 cylinder.
Yep.
With a couple of, hairline cracks on it.
Yes,
So.
right.
So what are we doing today, TJ?
All right, well, what we're doing is we got to take the motor out anyway. So we're pretty much going to just drop the rest of the motor. I was weighing some options. There's a few different options we were going to do, but I'm probably not going to re-sleeve this block. It's just going to take way too much time with machine shop and, doing this and taking it apart and getting all that redone. There's not going to be any point. So I think I'm going to go with a different option. But for now, we're just going to take this thing out and see what's going on with it.
So with this block, it's the LS block, right? So it's the stock 1.8 block.
Yeah, this is a B18A bottom, Eagle crank. It has Eagle rods, Wiseco pistons. It has Eagle block girdle. It was line bored with all ARP studs and bolts and everything.
And it got an upgraded crank too, right?
Yeah, it's Eagle crank. The only thing that it is not upgraded is the sleeves, stock sleeves.
And guess what?
Yeah. So,
that went.
Yeah, so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna upgrade to something a little stronger, and I think we're just gonna scratch this block and go a different way.
So so what do we do first? Do we work from the top to the bottom? What do we do?
I think probably just gonna end up taking the axles out and getting all the stuff out the bottom, and then we'll bring it back down and just disconnect the rest of the coolant lines, take off the catch can lines and get the AC compressor out of the way, and that's it. We're pretty much only on a couple mounts at this point.
And then we're gonna drop everything to the bottom, right?
Yeah, we'll just lay it down on the dolly and lift the car over it.
Come on, TJ. Rock and roll, baby. All right, we got the engine and the transmission on the dolly. It came out of the car nice and smooth. One of the benefits having a lift.
Oh yeah, real easy. Came out nice and easy. It only took us about 10 minutes, you know, not fancy.
I think a little bit more than 10 minutes. But yeah, pretty smooth. Next up, let's go ahead and put an engine stand. And well, before we do that, we gotta take down the transmission.
Yeah, I'm gonna separate the transmission and then we'll go ahead and set it up on the stand.
All right, so we got a transmission off the short block. TJ, is it a GSR transmission here?
Yeah, it's a GSR transmission with Carbon Tech synchros, pretty much a whole master rebuild kit. New bearings and all, new seals. We had Dale at Gear Driven put a M Factory diff in it. So it has a M Factory LSD diff, and he also did a LS 5th gear conversion, so I can have a little bit of highway mileage there.
Now, as far as the clutch go, what do you have here?
This is a Comp Stage 5 single disc. It's a 4-puck sprung, and then it's a 12-pound ACT Street flywheel.
Is it pretty hard on the pedal?
No, it's pretty much like a stock feel almost. I mean, it doesn't really feel that bad.
And how much horsepower does this clutch hold?
It's more about torque than horsepower, but I think they rated the torque somewhere in the mid 400 torque. But you know, I guess you really won't know until you get there.
Okay, so next up we're gonna remove the clutch and then possibly put that short block on the stand, huh?
That's right.
All right, that is all to it. We got the short block on the stand. Next up, we're gonna have to remove everything off this short block onto the new block. Did we get a new block, TJ?
Yeah, something like that.
Let's go take a look. All right, so we just got our new package. TJ, what we got here?
We got a Ramey Racing short block, fully sleeved, ready to go.
All right, guys, so here's the new block from Ramey Racing. TJ, tell me more about this block here.
All right, it is a 84 millimeter sleeved by Ramey Racing with a Wiseco 10.5-to-1 piston and a Manley H beam rod setup. I believe they use ACL race bearings. They do all the machining, building in-house. So everything is set up to how their standards are, and it's pretty much ready to go. You just swap a few things over and then put it back in.
So this short block here, you obviously is not taking any shortcut anymore in terms of the power go.
No,
it looks pretty serious.
yeah, we're I'm not gonna go too crazy with it, but at least I know it should be safe to handle what we're gonna throw at it.
Are you still gonna chase the number? I mean, I know you're at 500 already.
I mean, my fuel system can only probably handle up to 600. I still have the stock fuel lines, so I think if I can get to 600, I'll be happy with that.
What's this short block can handle?
They rate this short block at 750. I do know that the sleeves are rated up to 1500. They've tested that out, so I don't see any problem happening with the sleeves at any point. But they do rate it for 750, which we probably will never get there.
So what's the bore size on this, TJ? I'm sorry to cut you off. It looks pretty big.
Yeah, this is 84 millimeter, so it's essentially like a B20 almost,
That's what I'm saying. Like the LS side,
the LS is a 81 mil. My old block was 81 and a half, so it's just a half over. But yeah, we want one a little bigger, a little more displacement, get some more torque out of it.
So what's next?
We're gonna have to take all the brackets off of here and all the accessories, and then we'll get the other short block up on the stand and build it.
All right, so over here on the bench, we got some new parts getting ready for the new short block here. TJ, tell us more about these parts over here.
All right, well, pretty much we got some Speed Factory L19 head studs. We're gonna be going with these just because they'll, withstand a lot of boost and everything we're gonna throw at it. We won't have
But don't you already have studs?
Yeah, I have the ARP head studs, but they've been used so many times, and we're going with a new build, so starting over again.
So what is different with these here?
These actually have a higher tensile strength, and the clamping force is a lot more. So it'll hold a ton of boost. It'll hold anything you can throw at it pretty much, and they won't lift, it won't stretch. So I pretty much wanted to go with this, so I didn't have any issues with that.
Like now, slide over here. We have
this is
a
JE Pro Seal head gasket. There's a lot of head gaskets you can use, obviously, but I just prefer this because they have like a fire ring that they build into the cylinder here, and so it creates like a really good seal for the combustion chamber. These can hold a ton of boost as well without having any issues. And it's a really good head gasket, so we went with that one.
Now slide over, we have, it looks like an oil pan gasket.
Yeah, this is a My Honda Habit oil pan gasket with the stud kit. I have had a lot of issues with Fel-Pro gaskets, with OEM gaskets. They always seem to leak. Maybe you tighten it too much and it squishes out, or you don't tighten it enough, or whatever. A little, even the head gaskets, the oil pan gaskets that have the metal in between where you can't squish it, I've had those leaks still, with no problems with that. So this gasket here, the My Honda Habit, it's kind of, it's hard to tell in the package, but it's like a special seal that they made. I can almost say it's like a thermal gasket, but not really. And what happens is, like, when this, if oil like seeps, this kind of swells up and seals it even more and creates more of a seal. And we're just using the stud kit with it because it helps line it up easier. It's a lot easier to to tighten down and get on and off and everything like that.
I mean, you have personal experience with this already.
Yeah, I put this, I had 4 different gaskets leak on that motor, and I put this on the old motor, and as soon as I did that, never had a leak after that.
Not once?
Not once.
Okay, well, that's something obviously that we definitely recommend, because we definitely have good experience with that. Skunk 2, what we got there?
This is a replacement cam seal. Just going a little triple O-ring cam seal here. Just get rid of all the old stuff that I have, you know. Try to upgrade everything.
Last but not least, you got 3 little packages.
Yeah,
there.
this is a 10 AN catch can fittings. And I have a little elbow here for the new oil feed line and stuff like that. Pretty much we're just gonna redo the catch can fittings, and then eventually I'm gonna redo the catch can setup and go a little different with it. But for now, you know, this is what we got.
Now over this side of the bench, we got some OEM parts along with some cam gear there, huh, TJ?
Yeah, I figured, you know, gotta go big or go home, right? So let's update everything. I'm getting rid of all the old, you know, my old cam gears are the old Golden Eagle ones from a long time ago.
Yeah, some of the finishes kind of
started
to come off.
Peeling, you know, the finish was peeling off on here and everywhere, so I figured might as well,
These are nice.
Yeah, might as well take the time to upgrade. I got the Pro Series cam gears from Skunk 2. Yeah, they hold up, so.
Is that gonna handle horsepower?
It should.
Now I got some oil feed line right over here, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I probably didn't really have to go all out like this, but I decided if we're gonna have everything new, might as well change the oil feed line to the head. So I got a Golden Eagle replacement oil feed line. I got a Vibrant oil feed for the turbo. You know, also I got, you know, some new fittings and everything. Everything, you know, will be nice and fresh. No old oil in the lines or no anything, you know, contaminated.
And over here we got a bunch of oil seals along with a fresh, brand new oil pump.
Yeah, these are all new oil seals, you know. I got valve covers, gaskets, and cam seals and all that stuff. I got a new oil pump, ready to go.
I mean, as far as right now, we pretty much got everything that we need. Now, over here, I see on the floor, do have a fan, and then looks like, what's in the box right here?
Yeah, this is, I'm gonna try out a new fan setup to try to clear the turbo a little better. So we went with a 13-inch spall. It flows 50 CFM less than the one I have now, but I don't think 50 CFM is gonna make a big difference, so.
Yeah, the factory shroud kind of take up a lot of space there.
Yeah,
with the
well,
turbo.
I'm using a Mishimoto race line, but that shroud is twice the size of this.
Yeah.
So it should fit, and then in here I got my clutch kit back from competition. We had an issue on the, as you saw in one of the last videos there, is we had the disc was chipping off and breaking, so I ended up contacting them and we went ahead and got the disc replaced, and they checked the pressure plate. Everything was great with that, so sent me a new disc with my pressure plate back, and that's it, ready to bolt it up.
Well, next up, let's go ahead take apart that short block right over here.
I thought your gun was tiny, Mike. This one's a baby.
You know, it's good to have you, John.
Hey, I don't know. That's what you're about.
You know, show up by what, like 30 minutes late?
But I said I was going to be late. Hello, and we're ready to assemble TJ's motor. We're at the point right now where we have it up on the engine stand. TJ's over here putting some Honda Bond on the oil pump, and it's time to install the oil pump. So Miguel went ahead and picked up a new product that 4Piston put out. You can see right there, it says 4Piston on it. This is called the rooster ring. Use your imagination. The whole idea behind this is it goes on to your crank here, and it is tapered so that your front main seal, crank seal, will go right on here without rolling the seal over. I recall some people on a previous post, I believe on Brian's car, when we were putting the oil pump on, the oil pump seal, we talked about how to install the crank seal without rolling the lip. This makes it super easy. You can't screw it up no matter what you do. So this is a really awesome product for installing oil pumps. I mean, if you're gonna install one pump, it may not be worth it to you, but you can always be for sure that it's not gonna mess your seal up. So as soon as TJ's done doing that, which she is just finishing up, what you got going on there, TJ?
Making sure I have enough spread out.
That's right. He's a regular painter when it comes to installing Honda Bond.
Well, you know, I mean, usually I don't get too in depth with the Honda Bond, but
That's right. Well, this boy's ready. He says, I don't want no oilies, and give it the lifetime warranty.
How we looking with the Honda Bond back there, TJ?
well, you know what I'm saying? It's just
Put a solid bead around everywhere. You don't have to put extra around the seal, but we do it just in case. And let's go ahead and slide it on. If you watch from the front here, Mike, you'll see how nice it's going to go on over the seal. Beautiful. Beautiful. The way that works, priceless.
John,
Priceless.
it's almost magical.
It was magical. I felt it deep down inside.
All right, so we got the reaming seal cover along with the oil pump, oil pickup, everything back together now. Next up, I think we're ready for the oil pan. And with the oil pan, it comes with this stud kit here. And TJ going to show you guys a little bit how he's going to install it with some, what is it, Honda Loctite there?
Yeah, we're going to use red Loctite on the threads going into the block, because on the other end, we're going to be putting nuts on it to hold the oil pan on. And so if you have to take it back off, you know, you don't want it to have to pull back out. I mean, it's just easier to Loctite it in because you're not really going to take them back out. And if you have to, I mean, it has a little hex, so you can always take it out, you know, if you have to, but I don't plan on taking it back out.
All right, so the short block's almost ready to go. And next up, I think we went for the head studs, right, TJ?
That's right. Time to install the L19s and give it a go.
So what's the instruction now? So I see you got some brushes over here and some oil.
Yeah, I mean, you got mixed reviews on different people, you know, saying put it in dry, put it in lubed, but I'm just gonna follow the instructions that they gave because obviously there's instructions, you know, you might want to follow it. They say to lube up the threads a little bit with clean oil going into the block, so that's what we're gonna do. And then just hand tighten it, you know, finger tight, don't tighten them down or torque them down. And then we use the lube that came with the head studs, put that on the washers, and then that's when we put the head on.
Okay, so got the studs in. We got the head gasket on the block. I know some of you guys are probably looking at it saying that the dowels are on the wrong side, but we've actually modified the head by drilling it so that the dowels can be on the correct side. We're using the OEM dowel pins. It's easier to work with, and we like doing it that way.
And what kind of head gasket is that again?
This is a Pro Seal. TJ's used it before on it, and he's had good luck with it, so he went back with the Pro Seal. I like it too.
Yeah, they got a little
Like a crushed
ring on the inside here for the fire ring.
and it gives
There's a nice tight seal around the cylinders there. It's gonna hold more boost, safer. I mean, they push these things, you know, with a ton of boost, and they don't have issues, so it should work.
So TJ's torquing down the head. We're doing it in 3 steps. It's 30, 60, and then 90.
I am about to reinstall the ATI damper with the ATI puller and installer kit. And also, you know, as we showed on previous videos, we have adapters. This is for a K series, but I have the B series already in here. We got these from Relentless Racing, and they're adapters for K or B, and it works perfect to get this back on here instead of having to like beat it on or press it in with the crank pull.
All right, guys, so we got the turbo manifold back on the car now. Next up, let's form a new turbo setup, huh?
Oh yeah, time to get to the good stuff here. So this is the old turbo. It was a turbo index. It was like a 50 trim. Nothing special, but we were pushing this thing way beyond its limits, and I ended up kind of blowing out one time. So I had it rebuilt, and it lasted like a good year, and then again the seals went, and the seals actually went a lot worse, and so I mean, look, you can see the oil just oil's coming out of the back housing. You know, this thing was just pouring out oil, so I was burning oil through the exhaust pretty good. So it was time for a new turbo. So what I ended up doing was we went from a 50 trim. I stepped up to a 5858 from Boost Lab. And they actually have a billet wheel in here, which is very nice compared to a cast wheel. So we're going to be going to their billet wheel 5858. And I had a V-band welded on to the back instead of using the 4-bolt. And we should be able to make some good power with it.
What is your target in terms of the power go?
I'm going to be limited with fuel, so wherever my fuel lets me get to, I'm hoping 600, but we'll see what happens.
Hey, is that little short block going to hold 600?
Well, that little short block can hold more than 600.
Yeah.
Well, all right, guys, there you have it. We started this video with just a Ramey Short Block, and then TJ and Miguel went ahead to build everything from the bottom to the very top, and then went ahead and put a Boost Lab turbo on the car. I mean, everything come out really, really good. What do you think, TJ?
Yeah, I like it. I like how it came out. So I'm kind of excited and anxious to get the exhaust put on and get everything back in the car and, you know, see how this thing runs.
Well, in the next episode, we'll be putting the transmission and the clutch system back together. Then we'll put the entire power plant back in the car. You definitely don't want to miss. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and go ahead and turn on our notification. Now, my name is Mike. I got TJ and Miguel next to me. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next week.